Andrew Cuddy.
My name is Sandra.
My name is Brickell.
I'm Danny Eckstein.
My name is Carly Walters.
Ashley Durkee.
My name is Jeremy Fahoko.
I'm Madeline Sherbaum.
Nicholas Nelson.
Courtney Mazzell.
Roger Tate Wickers.
How I feel about being on LDS in Utah is, especially here when everybody is Mormon, and me personally, I feel really left out.
Well, I feel like it's the norm to be Mormon here.
When I was younger, it felt kind of weird because a lot of my friends were LDS.
Personally, growing up non-LDS, where it is so prominent, hasn't been as tough as some people have had it.
They probably shouldn't feel like as different, but like at the same time, there's the majority of people in Utah are Mormon.
So I feel like you can't voice your opinions as much because everyone around you is Mormons tend to be more conservative.
I think when people growing up not LDS in this prominent LDS culture, I think they feel kind of excluded.
It's hard when you're little because you just don't understand why you're left out and why people aren't allowed to hang out with you because you're not like the same religion as them.
So not being a part of the church and having a small family kind of made me feel like I was an outsider coming in and made me feel really uncomfortable for a really, really long time.
I feel like they feel as if they're kind of the outsiders and they're kind of not where they're supposed to be. They don't fit in as well.
I'm not really sure because I know a lot of my friends that are non-Mormons kind of do their own thing.
And I don't know, like I was bullied not being Mormon growing up, and it's just hard to kind of like handle when you're little, but when you get older and you're like confident in who you are, it's a lot easier. And
There are a lot of LDS people in Utah. They might feel out of the norm.
I think that they feel a little bit judged probably because there's a reputation of that.
I feel like they definitely feel like they're the minority because like everybody is LDS, and so they probably feel like a little bit left out and not as included in specific things.
I don't know, maybe they might feel pressured to be Mormon.
For being LDS? No, I haven't been.
When I left the church, people were really, people when I left were trying to, shove it down my throat more than usual.
Yes, well, I used to go to church and be a part of the LDS church, and so I think they try and portray it as, oh, we love everyone and, we're not going to judge you.
Not in a major way, but yes, people will say things about, oh, that's just because you're Mormon, or you can't do this just because you're Mormon, which I don't take it personally, but I definitely see how some people could.
like in elementary school, kids would like not hang out with you or play with you like at recess because you're not of their religion. And in like 7th grade, I was bullied and like had rumors spread about me and stuff because I wasn't LDS.
I've never really been discriminated. Maybe people might judge me thinking I'm judging them. Like,
But if you have been taught the lessons, then it's more like they're saying, well, you should know better, and so now we're going to judge you because you do know. And so when you're in the church, you're more judged, and so that's kind of why I left.
I've always felt comfortable either with or without LDS people.
Asked me if I was a member of the church, and I said no, and he said, you will be, and then it continued for a pretty long time.
I know that when I was little, I had some friends in my neighborhood where their parents found out that I was non-LDS and I wasn't allowed to play with them anymore. And I didn't know that for a long time. I kind of just thought they didn't want to be my friends anymore.
Oh yeah, most definitely, especially when I was younger. Now it's more of just people who are LDS and I'm not, and they'll just say stuff about me, but I really don't care.
Kind of saying the only way to have a happy life is to be Mormon.
That's that's just how it goes with people in general, really. I don't think it's necessarily that it's because of their religion that they're doing it. I think it's more just because it's different.
Not. I haven't been discriminated against a whole lot, like politically or socially.
I had someone come up to me sophomore year in the gym and say, "I know you're not LDS." And I said, "Okay, why?" "Because you have a nose piercing." And I just thought to myself, why does it matter?
But there's definitely people at school or in the neighborhood that kind of hang out with their own crowd.
Be good people. Like, I don't know, it's not that hard to be nice to people. And I know that in church you're supposed to be taught a lot of good values, so just kind of try to bring that into your everyday life, you know, practice what you preach.
In the LDS culture, we're not supposed to be discriminating against people who aren't LDS. It's supposed to be because we're LDS, we're supposed to love everyone and to accept everyone. And I think just if every individual person were to try to cultivate that little environment of friendship, and it doesn't matter who you are, we love you anyway, that we're supposed to be cultivating as members of the LDS Church, I think that would make everything so much better.
Figure out why people think the way they think and try and understand them and their culture. Just because they're not like you doesn't mean that they're bad.
I think having individual people just not be so like discriminatory, I think that's a word, because like there's no reason to like discriminate against people and make fun of them for who they are, because if they love it, then like really who cares?
Well, I think being open-minded is a big part of it.
And maybe just be nice to each other, you know, just everyone help each other.
I think that if we weren't so pushy with the religion here and we were just more accepting of who people are as a person instead of, oh, you're not LDS, so we can't be friends. That shouldn't matter. It should matter what's inside a person, not their religion, not how they look, not if they have piercings or tattoos or have different beliefs than you. It should just be, you're a good person and I want to be friends with you.
We're all humans, and I think that just not categorizing people, everybody's the same, essentially.
Say don't push so hard. Let more people come to you.
I think that we can all be nice.
I'd say just if people could be as, I guess, cliquey with their groups or pressuring people to pray in situations and stuff like that.
So I think it's important to remember that we're all just people trying to find our way in the world, and if we just try to find a common ground, like our likes and dislikes, because in the end everybody just wants to be happy.
I think we're so scared about this topic of religion, and it's unnecessary to be scared. And I just think if we can realize that, we can talk about this and not be scared to talk about this.